What if I told you that one of the oldest forms of protection wasn't a weapon or a wall, but a joke?
That sounds like something a grandmother might say. Laugh at your troubles and they'll shrink.
In a sense, yes, but there's a centuries-old painting tradition that suggests exactly that. Have you ever seen a Korean tiger and magpie painting?
Actually, I think I have in K-pop Demon Hunters. That Netflix film has a tiger and magpie as sidekicks. Very expressive, very funny.
That's exactly where they come from. Those characters are drawn directly from a folk art tradition called Hojakdo. The oldest known painting of this type, from 1592, is actually on display right now at Seoul's Leeum Museum, shown in Korea for the first time.
430 years old, that's remarkable. What was the original purpose?
According to the National Museum of Korea, tiger paintings were used to ward off evil spirits from the earliest days of the Joseon Dynasty. People hung them on their doors at New Year, believing the tiger would keep misfortune away, while the magpie would bring good news.
But the tiger in these paintings always looks a little off, like it's trying to be scary but can't quite manage it.
That's intentional. The Korea Heritage Service describes how these folk paintings developed a bold, humorous spirit. One famous 19th century example is nicknamed the Picasso Tiger for its abstract, almost modernist expression. That painting later inspired Hodori, the mascot of the 1988 Seoul Olympics.
So the guardian is also the joke. There's something almost defiant about that.
Which is where modern psychology becomes interesting. Researchers at Aarhus University published a paper in 2024 on the cognitive relationship between fear and humor. They found both emotions respond to the same trigger, something unexpected, something that breaks our sense of how the world should be.
The difference is whether we perceive that disruption as dangerous or safe.
Exactly. Psychologists Peter McGraw and Caleb Warren call it the Benign Violation Theory. A tiger is a violation. It threatens our sense of safety. But a tiger with crossed eyes and a foolish expression, that violation becomes safe enough to laugh at.
Were there famous artists who painted these tigers?
Kim Hong-do, one of Korea's greatest painters from the 18th century, created some of the most iconic tiger images. According to the Journal of Korean Art and Archaeology, he even ventured into the wild to sketch tigers from life. His realistic depictions set a standard.
But the folk paintings that followed were different, more playful.
The National Museum describes how the folk tigers emit a sense of friendliness and humor rather than the characteristic fierceness of a wild beast. Something happened as these images spread to common people. The demand was enormous, but the best examples kept their bold, humorous spirit.
There's also a social dimension, isn't there?
During the Joseon period, society was rigidly hierarchical. The tiger came to represent the yangban, the aristocracy class. The magpie represented the common people, chirping down at the tiger or ignoring it entirely.
So the ridiculous tiger was a way of mocking authority without directly confronting it.
A quiet rebellion. You couldn't challenge the aristocracy openly, but you could paint them as a bumbling fool and hang it on your door. When I was young, our home held many paintings. A large tiger hung just beyond the entrance, as if watching over the home.
Is it still there?
No, my mother felt its presence was too strong. My father said it had been painted by a monk, meant to keep misfortune from crossing the threshold.
Maybe protection sometimes comes simply from being seen, from naming the fear. It's remarkable that K-pop Demon Hunters brought this tradition to a global audience.
The Leeum Museum says it perfectly. This exhibition shows how the tiger from 430 years ago evolved into today's K-culture icon. The tradition doesn't die, it changes shape.
From Joseon-era scrolls to Netflix animations.
The question isn't whether we have anything to fear. We always do. The question is how we choose to meet it.
Do we build higher walls or do we learn to laugh?
The tiger still watches from the threshold, but now it's smiling too.
And the magpie?
The magpie has the last word, as always.